Installing Windows used to be simple. Now, somehow, installing a fresh copy of Windows 11 can turn into a fight against Microsoft accounts. And the crazy part is, power users have started finding increasingly ridiculous ways around all of it. From bypassing Microsoft account requirements to stripping out Windows bloatware before the operating system even finishes installing, some of these setup tricks genuinely feel like forbidden Windows knowledge at this point. And honestly, once you see how much stuff gets added to a clean install now, the whole thing starts looking kind of insane. But before we deep dive into this, if you enjoy fast-paced tech videos that go beyond boring headlines and actually explain what's happening behind Windows updates, AI features, PC optimization, and the tech industry in general, subscribe to Tech Reporter because we cover the stuff most channels completely miss. Now first, we actually need Windows itself. Thankfully, this part is still pretty straightforward. On another PC, head over to Microsoft and download the Windows 11 Media Creation Tool. Then, plug in a USB drive and make absolutely sure there's nothing important on it because Windows is going to wipe the entire thing during setup. Once the installer launches, choose the USB flash drive option, select your USB, and let Windows build the installation media. Now this next step is something a surprising number of people skip and then immediately regret later. Drivers. Because sometimes Windows installs perfectly, boots normally, and then suddenly has no Wi-Fi, no Ethernet, and basically no way to access the internet at all, which becomes very annoying when the thing you need internet for is downloading internet drivers. So before even touching the main PC, go to your motherboard or laptop manufacturer support page and download your LAN and Wi-Fi drivers ahead of time. Throw them onto the same USB stick. That tiny step can save an absurd amount of frustration later. And now we get to the slightly dangerous part. If your system has multiple SSDs or hard drives installed, it's honestly smarter to temporarily disconnect every drive except the one you actually want Windows installed on. Because Windows has a legendary history of randomly placing boot files onto completely different drives for no apparent reason. And people usually only discover that mistake months later after replacing another drive and suddenly realizing the system no longer boots properly. So yes, future you will probably appreciate this. Once that's done, boot into the USB installer, select your language, hit install, delete the old partitions on the target drive, and let Windows do its thing. And while the installation runs, here's one of the biggest time-saving tricks in the entire process. Instead of manually reinstalling every app one by one afterward, use Ninite. This thing is still ridiculously useful. You just select the apps you normally use, browsers, Steam, Discord, VLC, 7-Zip, ShareX, whatever, and it creates one installer that downloads everything automatically. No junkware, no fake download buttons, no wasting an hour reinstalling basic software. And somehow, a lot of people still don't use this. Eventually, Windows finishes installing, and this is where Microsoft starts pushing really hard to pull you deeper into the ecosystem. OneDrive, Microsoft accounts, telemetry, cloud syncing, Microsoft 365 trials, phone integration. It's basically a gauntlet at this point. Some of this stuff is useful depending on what you like, but some of it also feels like Windows is slowly turning into a subscription service disguised as an operating system. So during setup, disable the telemetry settings you don't want, skip the cloud storage offers if you're not interested, and set the PC up as new unless you specifically want migration features. Because the cleaner the install starts, the easier it stays later. Now once you finally reach the desktop, most people think they're done. They are absolutely not done. Because right now, your system is probably still missing GPU drivers, chipset drivers, audio drivers, firmware updates, and optimization packages that Windows doesn't always handle correctly on its own. Which means performance can actually be worse than normal until all of that gets fixed. So first, install your network drivers if Windows didn't detect them automatically. Then, go directly to AMD drivers and support, or NVIDIA drivers, and grab the latest drivers directly from the source. And seriously, avoid random Ultimate Driver Pack websites, because that's basically how people accidentally turn a fresh Windows install into a malware speedrun. And here's something else most people forget to check. Open Device Manager. If you see yellow warning icons anywhere, Windows is still missing something important. A lot of weird PC issues later on actually start right there. Once everything's updated, we can finally start fixing the stuff Windows keeps running in the background for absolutely no reason. Startup apps. Fresh installs today love stuffing themselves with background processes. Open Settings, go to Apps, then Startup, and start disabling things you don't need launching every single time the PC boots. You'd be surprised how much random software quietly inserts itself there now. And then we arrive at the part people always argue about. Debloating Windows. Now personally, I don't think people should go completely insane with mystery debloat scripts from random forums, because that's how you end up breaking Windows Update 6 months later. But light debloating? Honestly pretty reasonable. If you don't use Copilot, OneDrive, Teams, Xbox apps, or random OEM software, most of it can now be removed directly through installed apps. And surprisingly, Microsoft has actually made uninstalling some of these way easier than it used to be. Probably because regulators started paying attention. But now we get into the really interesting stuff, because enthusiasts found ways around some of Windows 11's most annoying restrictions. Mandatory Microsoft accounts, internet requirements, even TPM hardware checks, which is where Windows setup suddenly starts feeling like forbidden wizard magic. For example, during setup, if Windows forces you to connect to the internet, there's still a command shortcut that bypasses it on many builds. Press Shift plus F10 and type OOBE/BYPASSNRO, and suddenly the installer behaves very differently. Microsoft has reportedly been trying to remove some of these bypass methods over time, which honestly says a lot about how badly they want everyone tied into online setup. And then there's TPM requirements. This is the reason tons of older PCs technically can't run Windows 11. Except, people found workarounds for that too. Tools like Rufus let users create modified Windows installers that bypass TPM checks, secure boot restrictions, and Microsoft account requirements entirely. And this is exactly why Windows Power users still love Rufus so much, because it basically gives people back control Microsoft keeps trying to hide behind extra setup layers. Now obviously, proceed carefully with registry edits and advanced tweaks, because once you enter registry territory, Windows basically assumes you know what you're doing, even if you absolutely do not. But there's one tweak a lot of people still love: disabling Bing search results inside Windows Search. Because searching your own PC and getting random web results mixed into it still feels weirdly annoying. So many enthusiasts disable Bing integration, Cortana remnants, and location-based search features just to make Windows Search feel local again, which honestly should probably be the default behavior anyway. And finally, we reach the ultra-enthusiast territory: custom unattended Windows installs. This is where people create modified installation files that automatically remove bloatware, skip setup screens, disable unnecessary features, configure settings, and even create user accounts before Windows finishes installing. Which sounds completely ridiculous, until you realize how repetitive modern Windows setup has actually become. At this point, people are basically creating custom versions of Windows just to avoid dealing with normal Windows. And honestly, that might be the funniest summary of Windows 11 possible. Because underneath all the AI features, telemetry, cloud syncing, account requirements, ads, recommendations, and background services, most people still just want a fast PC, clean performance, minimal interruptions, and control over their own system. Which is exactly why optimization videos like this keep getting more popular. And honestly, with how fast Microsoft keeps changing Windows lately, learning these tricks is probably becoming more useful every year. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Tech Reporter for more deep dives into Windows, AI, software updates, PC optimization, and the tech industry in general. And I'll see you in the next one.